There was once a boy who often walked the quiet halls of his home, feeling a little lost, a little small in a world that seemed so big. The sunlight would stream through the windows, casting long shadows that danced around him, but he always felt like a shadow himself, just passing through. He was a curious boy, with a heart full of questions and a mind that loved to wander. He'd spend his days exploring every nook and cranny of the old house, believing that secrets were hidden just out of sight, waiting for the right person to find them. One ordinary afternoon, while tracing the dusty spines of forgotten books in the library, his fingers brushed against something that wasn't a book. It was the edge of a small, strained door, tucked away behind an old, heavy bookshelf. He had never ever seen it before. It was almost as if it had just appeared. His heart gave a little flutter. The door was old, made of dark, swirling wood, with a small, tarnished brass knob that seemed to wink at him in the dim light. It was a secret just for him. Should he open it? His heart started pounding in his chest, a frantic drumbeat of fear and excitement. What could be behind such a door? A dark, scary place, or something wonderful? He stood there for what felt like an eternity, his hand hovering in the air. Every sensible thought told him to walk away, to forget he ever saw it. But the pull of the unknown, the whisper of adventure, was too strong to ignore. He took a deep breath, his small fingers wrapping around the cool, smooth knob. With a gentle twist and a soft click, the door swung open. But instead of darkness, a warm, golden light spilled out, bathing his face in a magical glow. It smelled of old paper, rain-soaked earth, and something sweet he couldn't quite name. It was a world he had never imagined, a world that called to him. Stepping across the threshold, he found himself in a room that defied all logic. The ceiling was a swirling galaxy of stars, and books floated gently in the air like lazy birds. In the center, a single tree grew, its leaves made of shimmering crystal that chimed softly in a non-existent breeze. He walked through this impossible place, his eyes wide with wonder. He found a book that showed him pictures of places that didn't exist on any map. He discovered a compass that didn't point north, but pointed to whatever his heart desired most. He saw flowers that sang when he touched them, and a small stream that whispered forgotten stories. In this room, he found things that made him laugh, things that made him dream, and things that reminded him of his own hidden magic. He spent hours, or maybe it was just minutes, losing himself in the wonder of it all. When he finally stepped back through the door and into the familiar library, the sun was setting, casting a warm orange glow through the windows. He closed the small door, and it seemed to melt back into the bookshelf, as if it had never been there at all. But something inside him had changed. The boy who walked out of the library was not the same one who had walked in. He stood a little taller, his shoulders were back, and a confident smile played on his lips. The shadows on the floor no longer seemed so intimidating. Now they were just places yet to be explored. From that day on, he was never afraid to explore the unknown. He learned that the world was full of hidden doors, not just behind bookshelves, but in the pages of a new book, in the smile of a stranger, and in the courage to try something new. He realized that sometimes the doors we fear the most are the ones that lead to our greatest adventures, the ones that show us who we were always meant to be. Thanks for watching. Follow for more magical stories.